My name is Luke Harlan. I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Um, Fayetteville is this town, smallish town. It's grown a lot, but it's located in kind of nestled in the Ozark Mountains in northwest Arkansas. It's a really wonderful place. Um, I grew up there, and I grew up in a very like ultra religious conservative family. We were in church about 5 times a week, and I think it was probably about when I was like 15, I started having these attractions to other men or boys at that age, I guess. And but it would be suppressed. I would be suppressing it all the time because that was, from what I'd heard, that was like the worst sin there was. That's what the preachers would say, and that's what my parents and everyone was telling me. And so, kind of all growing up through high school, through all of that, I was like suppressing who I was, but didn't even really know it because I was so involved in the church and religion, and that was what I was going to be, and that's what I wanted to do, and all this. So then I go to college and finally kind of start meeting other people who have different beliefs than I do. I've never met these kind of people before. People that weren't Southern Baptists or people that, weren't straight. I finally met like my first gay person, and I was simultaneously incredibly attracted to them and terrified of them at the same time. That Christmas of my first year in college, my family decided to go to Disney World for Christmas. So don't ask me why. We went to Disney World. But it was like the second day we were there. My dad and I and some of the kids were at Animal Kingdom. And he gets a call from my mom, and she had found in my backpack a love letter from like my first boyfriend. And she had freaked out, and everything kind of just really blew up at that point. My life went crazy. I left school and moved back home and went to ex-gay counseling, and kind of just everything that I had started to figure out about myself all of a sudden I went back to where I was before, and I said, I don't want this. I don't want to be gay. I don't want any of that either. And so I was gung-ho about it all. I would go to counseling, I would go to church, I would do all these things that I was supposed to do. I started working for a Christian organization there, and I started dating a girl, and I'm really like finally living the life that I had wanted to live for so long, the life of the straight man who's going to be a leader in the church, who has a girlfriend. Like everything was going the way that I had wanted it to be, because that's what everyone had told me I was supposed to do. But I had this incredible emptiness all the time. And I would wake up in the morning, and it was like I was putting on a different persona. It wasn't Luke. I was putting on the Luke that everyone wanted me to be, and the Luke that I wanted to be. But the real me was still down here. And as I kept doing that for the year I was there, and all the things I was doing every day, it kept getting worse and worse, and that I was realizing that I was suppressing all this, and I was realizing there was some emptiness in me that needed to be filled. And so finally one day, and I remember this day really, really vividly, I kind of had a breakdown, because I all of a sudden just became sick and tired of pretending, because I've been pretending all my life, and realized that was not how I wanted to live my life. And so I broke up with my girlfriend. I quit my job. I moved to a new apartment. I moved to another school. I started school again. And I decided at the beginning of all this that this is when I'm going to be upfront with who I am, with myself and with other people, and I'm not going to let anyone tell me how I should live my life. I'm going to live my life the way I want to. And so starting with that was really kind of the beginning of the life that I live now.